Expect fireworks with this Aries full moon. So get ready to harness this fiery energy of Aries because on September 29th, 2023, we're going to have this beautiful full moon at 6 degrees of Aries. This full moon is going to highlight the creative potential of the Aries-Libra axis of your life. Aries-Libra is the relationship axis, in which we could call the identity axis because nothing shapes us more than on our personal level than our close one-on-one relationships. At the full moon in Aries, and now this could be a couple of days before, a couple of days after, there's going to be an interaction that you're going to have with a partner or a person that's going to reveal a blind spot or something that's important about who you are. Remember that full moons, they reveal, they illuminate what was once hidden or in the dark. This moon, or the moon, has no natural light, and the sun being opposite of it shines on the moon. It shows us everything that was once hidden and once in the dark. This is the first lunation that's going to happen since the lunar nodes have moved into the Aries-Libra axis, so it's going to be a really good preview for what is about to come for eclipse season. Now the moon, it is very emotional, it's sensitive, and so a full moon is magnified with the energy of the sign. So this full moon in Aries is an active and emotional energy that is intensifying your urge for more independence, space, and freedom. So what does it look like? Well, with a full moon in Aries, your focus is going to be on yourself. It's going to be what are your wants? What are your needs? What are your desires? We want what we want. And if we're not getting it, at this full moon, many of you may conclude that it's better if you just go your separate ways in order to get it. This full moon is ruled by Mars, which is conjunct the South Node in Libra, where Mars is not able to always do the best work. And Mars is also sextile, which means it's working together with the planet of Venus in Leo. And that's what you love, who you love, how you love. And it's also square to Pluto in Capricorn. Now, squares, they're hard aspects that they force your hand into making it abundantly clear which relationships are going to bring you joy and are in balance, and which ones for you have been they become outdated or even possibly toxic. With the full moon in Aries, you may desire something new, something fresh, something exciting. This feeling is going to be magnified with Mars conjunct the South Node in Libra because this is indicating it's a severing of outdated bonds or contracts or partnerships and relationships that you have. The South Node is where we go when we are comfortable, but we need to move away from in order to experience healthy growth. So any relationships that are no longer harmonious or equitable or fair for you, whether they're romantic, they're business or friendship or client one-on-one, they may be reaching their natural end, or it could be a fated end. Mars in Libra tends to set its own desires aside in favor of keeping the peace. However, doing this, it also creates discord from within. And this can lead to outbursts or bottled up frustration that you've been keeping inside. With Mars square Pluto, this discord is going to get stirred up, and it's going to be presenting itself as anger or resentment that could rise from deep within at this full moon. The Aries full moon makes a decisive turning point for you, for everyone, in being the last full moon before eclipse season begins. Your actions that you take now are going to lead you into new fated territory. So let's see how this cosmic alignment points you in the right direction of your soul's purpose. So let's dive in. All right, so for Aries Sun and Aries Rising, the sun is illuminating your 7th house. The 7th house is your partnership, it's relationship, it's your one-on-one house. It's where you have you with a client, you with your best friends. It's the house where we have your one-on-one relationships, where you have contractual business with others, or significant marriage or best friends. All right, so the sun is there. Mars is there, and Mars is conjunct the South Node, things that are going to be cut away and removed from your life in this area. Now, the moon is currently full in your 1st house of self. And so the moon is sensitive, emotional, it's intuitive, and a full moon is highly intuitive with things that are going to be revealed and left behind, like some things that are going to be ending. So the first house is associated with you. It's your body, it's your personality, it's your opinion, it's your expression. So this is signaling endings with maybe changes to your personality, changes to your image, maybe some health issues are coming to an end. With Mars in your 7th house, with your South Node, there may be some partners or some business partners. This could be with clients that no longer need your service, that could be cut away, removed, that no longer, that have lasted their term and now it's time to move on. We have Venus in your house of, I want to pull things together and bring beauty and love. And this is the house of children and being childlike. It's romantic and it's affairs. It's the house of joy, music, creativity. It's the house of gambling and sports and being very active. And so these are the things that you are trying to move towards. So the issue comes with Pluto at the top of your chart. Pluto is in the house of your career, your image. It's where your life path, it's where people see you. And so the problem lies with maybe where you've given too much with partners, maybe where you've deferred to make them happy, or maybe it's about your emotions and your needs and your desires of where are you putting your wants and needs, desires on the back burner? Where are you not focused on your 5th house of, I need to bring more joy into my life? Venus is wanting to pull together other people or things that you need to be doing creatively in your life. Now, this could be through children or anything that makes you happy. It's about being childlike with innocence of, I need to put myself first. And so Pluto at the top of your chart is just saying, look, you are no longer aligned with my life path, and I'm ready to cut and remove some people, places, and things. I need to take into account my health. I need to take into account, this is my personality. This is who I am. These things, these relationships are outdated. I need to get rid of them. It's time for me to move on. I've outgrown some of these friendships or some of these relationships or some of these contracts that you have with other people. And Pluto is going to say, it's time. Mars is going to say, let's just cut it, remove it, and cut some people, places, and things away from us so I can focus on things that bring me joy in my life. All right, so Aries, I would love to hear about how this resonates with you in your life. And for more, please check out the September and October astrology forecast and join me live on Tuesday night, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer tarot and astrology. And to receive updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. All right, so Taurus Sun and Taurus Rising. The sun is illuminating your 6th house of your mental, physical, spiritual health, well-being. It's the house of where you are of service to people. It's the house where if you give too much of yourself, your health suffers, either mentally, physically, spiritually. And it's the house of mentors. It's also the house of pets. And so the sun is there saying, okay, I'm trying to find all of this balance in my life. We have Mars there, conjunct the South Node of, I have to release some things in my life in this area. Now the full moon is in your 12th house. I embrace the 12th house. This is showing that you have had some confinement where you have gone within, you've had to withdraw, this could be a time where you've had some low energy, where you've had to take some time out and figure some things out in your life. This is about you wanting to be able to go back out into the world and how can you move forward and do this. The North Node is saying, look, are you taking enough time out for yourself? Are you putting aside enough time for yourself? Or are you giving so much to others that it feels like a prison? So we have Venus. Venus is in your 4th house. The 4th house is your home. It's your family. It's your roots. It's your foundation. It's the house of keeping stability, and it wants to pull everything together. It wants you to have this solid foundation in which to build your security on. Pluto at the top. Pluto in your ninth house is the house of learning and travel and networking with foreign people, foreign places, foreign things. And so at this time, your emotions are going to be like spot on. You're going to want to go after your independent needs of, I want to take this class. I want to take this workshop. I want to travel here. You don't want to join me? I can go by myself. I need to pick and choose where I donate my time. The sixth house is the balance between your home and your work. And are you giving too much to one or the other? And how do you build this home that's sustainable? This sextile to your home is saying, look, build it, not just build it, but create like a sanctuary in your home so that you can do whatever you want. The cutting away could be, I'm going to be cutting away. I no longer need that service from that mentor, that guide. I no longer need that doctor. I need to cut away certain things, people, places, and things that are a detriment to my health. And Pluto is going to say, look, total transformation, spirituality, this is what you can go after. Oh, you want to publish something, you want to do this work, these people don't agree with it, they're not helping you to reach your goals, because your goals are the ones that should be at the top of your thoughts, your ideas, you. Aries is about being focused on what your needs are, and your needs are internal, that are not visibly seen. It's about following your intuition, following your dreams. The 12th house is everything that's psychological, but it's intuitive. It's the Akashic records. It's shamanism. And maybe you are seeking that kind of help, not the kind of help that is in the outside world. And how do we find this? Through exploration of your ninth house, of seeking out other people, places, and things. All right, so Taurus, I would love to hear about how this resonates with you in your life. And you can also check out my September and October horoscopes for more information on what you're doing, where you're going, how you're heading forward with all of this energy, because this is the beginning of the eclipse season of what you're moving towards, more towards yourself, being in tune to your abilities that you have, not just your intuition, it's your dreams, it's your spirit guides, it's the spiritual realm, and you focusing on your gifts, your talents that people cannot see or touch. And also you can join me on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer tarot or astrology. To get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. So for Gemini Sun and Gemini Rising, the sun is illuminating your fifth house. The fifth house is the house of what brings joy to you. It's the house of creativity. It's art. It's music. It is love affairs. It's gambling. It's risk. It's excitement. It's sports. It's whatever brings personal joy to you. It could be children or childlike activities. So we have the sun in Libra here, you trying to always find balance, and sometimes at your own detriment. And so Mars is here conjunct the South Node, needing to cut away some of these activities, people, places, or things in your life. Now, the sun is illuminating your 11th house. Your 11th house is your personal hopes, wishes, dreams, and the North Node is pointing into this direction. This is an ending of some projects that you've had with some other people. It's also an ending or a resolution to things that you have shared with others and following them on their dreams. Or maybe it's an ending of one chapter of your life and you're saying, I have done this and now I'm ready to move on to this. This dream is good. I've completed it. I've done everything I wanted to do. I've explored everything here, and now I'm ready to move on to this area of my life. Now, Venus is in your communication sector. Venus in Leo is passionate about who I love, what I love, how I love. It's in your third house of communication. The third house is your relationship with your siblings, your neighbors. It's travel that's close to home. And it's all kinds of travel and communication with writing and journaling. And how are you voicing these opinions? How are you voicing what you want to do? That's going to be a sextile. It's going to come easier for you. Pluto in your eighth house. Pluto in the eighth house is the psychological house. It's the house of deep bonding, where you feel that you have these contracts with people that need to that maybe you've repeated with in multiple lifetimes or generation, that we've always done this, and now some things are going to be coming to an end. It could be a natural end, or it could be an end of this no longer serves me. I have to pay attention to my emotions, my needs, my desires. I have to follow my soul's purpose. And this goal is where I now need to head to. I have to find purpose and love and joy in my life. I have to be able to communicate this in a way that's healthy. I have to make sure that my desires are at the forefront, and that everything that's outdated or things that I've been doing for way too long, I'm now ready to cut away and move into the past with. And this could be a child moving out of the home. This could be completing a project. This could be ending of an affair, ending of maybe you have always played the piano and you're done. It's time to move on past it. It's time to explore these new areas of your life that will bring you great joy, because the eighth house it's a shared commitment house. It's the house of where you share resources with other people, and it's also the house of bonding, where you want to bond with someone and connect with someone on a deep level with. So I would love to hear about how this resonates with you. What is ending in your life? What is now beginning in your life? And please check out September and October's astrology forecast for more on what's going on. And join me live on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we either talk tarot or we talk astrology. And to get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. So for Cancer Sun and Cancer Rising, the sun is illuminating your fourth house of home, family, traditions, your roots. It's your ancestry. And so the sun is saying, where have I given too much of myself, balancing my home and me in the outside world? Mars is here saying, I'm ready to cut away and remove some things, these may be traditions or some things that have gone on well past the expiration date. And it doesn't mean like cutting people out of your life, but it means removing or having some kind of boundaries between either the foundation of what has built you and you saying, I have to build something that's sustainable on my own. Now, the moon is in your 10th house of your career, your public life, your legacy, it's your career path. It's the top of your chart. The north node is the direction in which you're supposed to be going. So there's some kind of an ending with you in your public life, and this could be ending one career, ending something that you've done at home, ending something that how you used to be. It could mean retiring, it could mean fired, it could mean transferring, but it's an ending of that area of your life in order to explore new. The north node is in Aries of, this is the direction in which I'm supposed to be heading. Now, Venus is in your second house. I absolutely love this because Venus is saying, look, I am about love, and I'm about feelings, and I'm about cash and property and self-worth, and I am going to offer you these things if you follow your destiny, if you follow your intuition about the direction in which you're supposed to be going in life. What's going to go away? Well, Pluto is in your 7th house of relationships, partnerships, your one-on-ones, your friendships. It's your clients. The 7th house is your +1 house. It's the house where we have contracts with others, but it's also people that have been with us or who are in our inner circle. And so there are some people that maybe have been in your inner circle that you have outgrown, or that no longer you do not have the time, effort, or energy to include them in because you've both gone separate ways. And so Mars is going to say, let's cut some of these people out of our life to move forward with what we want to do. I need to make myself a priority and not make everybody else, my friends, my significant others, I cannot make them a priority all the time. Pluto is forcing you to choose. It's choosing home or work? And who is at home and who is at work? It's just saying you have to make a choice. And Venus is saying, make the right choice, that you have to choose you in the outside world, and you will benefit not only with self-worth, but your cash, your property, your money that you bring into yourself will be a plus because you're following your desires. It's your time. It's your turn to be able to do this in your life. All right, so I would love to hear about how this resonates with you, Cancer. And so to hear more, please check out September and October's astrology forecast and join me live on Tuesdays, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for tarot or astrology. And to get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. So for Leo, Sun, and Leo rising, the sun is in your third house of communication. It's siblings, neighbors, you writing, you journaling, you traveling, but everything is close to home. Mars is here in the sign of Libra. Remember, all of this is the detriment of where have I been putting my needs after somebody else's? Where have I been putting other people's wants, needs, and desires before my own? The South Node is saying, I have to put some of these things, Mars is saying, cut some of these things and put them to rest, remove them from your life. The full moon in the 9th house, I love a full moon in the 9th house because it means like that you are ending a travel or publishing something. It means you're finishing a class, finishing a workshop. You are finishing a deep dive into something that has to do with spirituality. Remember that the 9th house is not just where we go for learning, but it's also where we teach. So maybe you're finished teaching something, or maybe you're done with learning and you're ready to take it on the road. And I'm now ready to share this with others. I'm ready to teach or bring higher education to the forefront of. There's going to be an ending, and then there's going to be this major beginning in your life. The North Node is saying, this is the direction in which you're supposed to be going, Leo. Leo, your voice is supposed to be heard. You are supposed to be heard and seen by others. And you are now diving into, I want to travel. I want to study. I want to connect with other people from, I want to have different ideas and philosophies. I want to be able to have this cross-cultural experience. And I want to be able to share the words that I have. And I cannot do this just at home. Now, there's this trine to, it's a sextile. The sextile is in your first house of self, saying your self-worth is going to benefit from this. Venus is about love, aesthetics, and beauty, and bringing things together. And so these classes, these workshops, these connections with other people, you're going to be in your element. You're going to absolutely love it. What needs to give? Well, Pluto is square. Pluto is an exact square between you being at home, the communication with family and siblings and work and things that have to do with home, and you wanting to travel and have this cross-cultural experience. The 6th house is your mental, physical, spiritual health, well-being. It's also the house where we are of service to others, of where you are donating so much of your time. I remind people that when you have Pluto here, sometimes it is where I've given way too much of my time, and now it's no longer servitude. It's like I am a slave to this. I have given too much of myself, and I have to take into account my wants, my needs, my desires. Pluto is going to force you and say, if you do not follow your higher purpose, your goals, your mental health will suffer, your physical health will suffer, your spiritual health will suffer. This is the universe saying you have to put your needs above everything else and above everybody else in order for you to move forward in life. It's making it abundantly clear of what you are supposed to be doing as a Leo rising with the sun there and then the moon. Like, everything is saying you have to follow your purpose, follow your divine path. All right, so I would love to hear about how this resonates with you in the comments below. For more on this, please check out my September and October astrology forecast to know where you are headed for the eclipses. And please join me live at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Tuesday nights. And to get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. All right, so Virgo and Virgo rising. The sun is currently illuminating your second house. The sun is here saying, let's pay attention to your resources, your self-worth, your cash, your property. Mars is here, conjunct your south node, of cutting away of some things that you need to remove. What are you getting rid of in your life that's like your personal assets? Now the sun is illuminating your eighth house of shared resources. The eighth house of shared resources is your debt, alimony, child support. It's your cash and property that's tied up with other people. It's also the house of deep bonding, and it's the house of inheritances and the house of like the occult. And so the moon is your intuition, your inner guide. And the North Node is saying, look, this is the direction in which you are supposed to be going. You have to have some endings with these contracts that you have with other people. Now, they could be written contracts, or they could be spiritual contracts. They could be emotional contracts. It's the house of you're going to have to leave some people, places, and things behind. So Venus is the planet of love and money and beauty, aesthetics, and she's in your 12th house saying, follow your intuition, follow your dreams of the information that's coming to you. The 12th house is your dreams, your intuition. It's the psychic realm. It is the spiritual realm. It's your connection to the subconscious mind. It's shamanic work. It's the house of isolation, of where you get your information from. And so that is offering you this guidance of intuition. You know what you want to do. You know where you should be going. It's not always easy to get there because people, places, and things are going to have to be cut away and removed. And that's hard. Change is hard. Pluto in your 5th house. The 5th house is affairs, children, being childlike, art, music, creativity, risk, excitement. All of these things are at odds with what you need to do and what you are like moving towards. And this could mean a child is going to be moving out, or you can no longer enjoy those activities. You need to be focused on other things that bring you joy. You've been doing this for maybe it's a project and you've been doing this for way too long and it no longer brings you that joy. Cut it away. Remove those people that you have been connected with, and remove it's going to be hard removes, because these are some people, places, and things that you have been connected with for a very long time. The 8th house is the house of deep bonding. It's the house of if you believe in past lives where you've come in with people multiple times. And if not, it's the house of generational, where I've been with these family members, or I've been with these people for 20, 30 plus years. How could this be ending? Well, it's a natural ending. In order to move on, maybe they're moving on. Maybe they're passing away. Maybe they're moving. But there's going to be some natural endings to some things in your life in order to push you to move forward. Because if you don't have these, you will not move forward. This is you having to follow your wants, your needs, your desires for your sole purpose of who are you supposed to be connected with? Where are you supposed to be going? How are you going to manifest these things in your life? By following your intuition. All right, so I would love to hear, Virgo, about how this resonates with you in the comments below. And for more, please check out September and October's forecast, because these are the events that are leading up to the eclipses in October. And join me live on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we talk tarot and I offer astrology. And to get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. So for Libra Sun and Libra Rising, the Sun is currently in your 1st house, illuminating everything that has to do with you. The Sun is representing your personality, your appearance, your physical body. It's your vitality, your health. It's people seeing how you look, the way that you dress. Mars is here, conjunct the South Node, cutting away some things that are outdated, outmoded, outlived, and it's time to like remove some of these things. Now, the full moon is occurring in your 7th house of partnerships, relationships. This is the one-on-one house. This is you with clients, you with best friends, you with significant others, you with business partners. The North Node is here saying this is the direction in which you're supposed to be going. You're going to have some natural endings and maybe some endings that you are going to be the one that cuts the ties for your best benefit, for you to be doing this. The reason is because we have Venus in Leo in the house of your personal hopes, wishes, dreams, and wanting to make them come true. And who do you connect up in order to make this happen? Well, you have been helping others achieve their dreams, and Venus is saying it's time for you to be focusing on you, your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, things that will make things for you to be following your soul's purpose. Pluto at home, on your home front is your foundation. It's your family, your house, your traditions, and that this is what's odd. This is what is at odds with how you feel and partnerships. And Pluto is saying, no, you have to choose. It is either going to be you or this person, or it's either going to be you and where you live, or it's either going to be you with this business, or you're going to be making this choice. It will become abundantly clear who stays, who goes. It's about who aligns with you for your personal goals, for your best and highest good. The moon is very intuitive, it's emotional, and it's about Aries is you following your independent needs. And Venus is saying your independent needs and goals is your sole purpose of you not putting yourself on the back burner, you moving yourself up to first place and saying, I have to choose me. And then anybody else that's within that circle, that's a bonus. All right, so Libra, I would love to hear how this resonates with you in the comments below. To hear more on this, please check out September and October's astrology forecast. And you can also join me live on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I talk tarot or astrology. And to get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. All right, so for Scorpio Sun and Scorpio Rising, the Sun is in your 12th house. Not anything that you're unfamiliar with, because that's the house of being removed from society, staying in tune to my intuitions, my dreams, my gut instinct. And the Sun is in Libra, and it's in its detriment of, with Mars there saying, I'm putting other people's wants and needs and desires above my own. And I have to take action about this. The South Node is saying, I have to cut away some people, places, and things because it's a detriment to my mental health, my spiritual health, my physical health. My intuition is saying, this is what I should be doing. Why am I not following my gut? The moon is full in your 6th house. So this could be an ending to a health issue, an ending to something that has to do with a physical routine, or maybe some volunteering of your time at specific places. Remember that the 6th house is the house of the balance between your work and your home. And it's also, it's nutrition, it's pets, but it's where you are of service to others and where you also get guidance from others, either through counselors or doctors or mentors. And so there could be an end to some mentorship that comes to a natural end, or this will then lead to a beginning of, this is what I'm focused on. I need to, it could be revealing some issues that have been coming up and you saying, okay, in order to get rid of how I feel about these people, places, and things, because I need to follow my gut instinct, I now need to seek out a counselor or seek out a mentor who can guide me through this, or seek out a better nutrition program, something to get my body back in alignment. Now, Venus is at the top of your chart. Venus is saying, I want to pull people, places, and things together for your best and highest good in the sign of Leo. Leo is fierce and loyal, and the 10th house is your public life. It's your image, it's your work, it's your career. So this is you getting yourself together to be able to present to the outside world of who do you want to share yourself with in the outside world. It's how do I what part of me do I want to bring out to the outside world? What part do I want to share? And I need to be in alignment with who I am. I need to know who to trust. I need to know who is my inner circle. Now, Pluto is in your third house. The third house is your neighbors, your siblings. The third house is your relationship with anybody that's close to you. And Pluto is now saying, this is where the problem lies. You need to know where you're safe and who you're safe with. And so this is where the square is between the two. You need to surround yourself with people who are going to support you wholeheartedly in anything that you want, need, and desire. This is for your best and highest good, for your sole purpose. You're going to be starting on your life path of having to put your needs for your health above everything else, because if you do not, your health at some point will suffer and that could mean your mental health, your spiritual health, your physical health. It'll have to do something with you not being the best that you can be. And so Venus is saying, look, I'm offering you this guidance up here to present yourself to the world, but you have to make the right choices. You have to cut away the people that no longer support you. You have to cut away the things that no longer support you. You have to be focused on you. Your intuition is telling you. It is spot on. It's your dreams. It's the 12th house is your connection to the spiritual realm. It's your subconscious mind. And the 12th house is where we go to be alone, to tune in. So you just need to be alone, meditate, tune in, and you're going to have the answers of what, who, and where is going to be cut away and removed in order to bring in new for your life. All right, so for Scorpio, I would love to hear about how this resonates with you in the comments below. And to hear more, please check out September and October's astrology forecast. And please join me on Tuesday nights at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we talk tarot on one Tuesday and astrology on the next. And to receive updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. So for Sagittarius Sun and Sagittarius Rising, Sagittarius, the sun is illuminating your 11th house. I love this because this is your hopes, your wishes, your dreams. This is the people that you surround yourself with. The 11th house is your relationship with your peers. It's where we have shared creativity. Now, Mars is here with the South Node saying there's going to be some things that are going to be coming to an end. Like these could be projects that you share with other people. There could be endings to projects that you've started or dreams that are completed and now you're ready to move on to, because the South Node is what I need to leave behind. The North Node is where the moon is at. Remember that the moon is very intuitive. It's your emotions, and Aries is your independent needs. The North Node. Are you taking into consideration your wants, your needs, your desires for your 5th house themes? And so the themes include your children. Is maybe, are they moving out? Or is this having children? Or the 5th house is the house of joy. It's the house of creativity. Are you wanting to start a project? Are you wanting to start playing music? Are you wanting to start a sport or join something that has risk and excitement? I want to start rock climbing. I want to go travel here. I want to do this. The North Node is pointing you in the direction of you need to be focused on what brings you joy, what brings you pleasure. You are currently connected with some outdated dreams that you maybe have had or that you have chosen to support others on. And now you're going to be making a choice that has to do with your wants, your needs, your desires. Now, Venus is in your 9th house of foreign people, places, things. It's about universities, colleges. It's about learning, studying, teaching. It's the house of publishing. It's the house of philosophy, higher education. This house is you traveling and connecting far and wide, understanding things, and on a deeper spiritual level. It's broadening your horizons. And this is the sextile that the sun has, and this is offering a place where you're supposed to be moving towards. If you make the right choices for you, this will include a connection to other people, places, and things that you're supposed to be, for your soul purpose, connected to. Pluto in your second house. The second house is your self-worth. It's your cash. It's your resources. It's your property. And Pluto is saying, look, this is where the square is. This no longer serves your purpose. It doesn't make you feel good about yourself. These people that you are with do not make you feel good about yourself. This goal that you had is no longer valid. You have changed, you have grown, you have evolved, and so have your hopes, wishes, dreams, goals, aspirations. And now it's time for you to dive into what gives you pleasure and travel and experience it and check out new people in order for you to do this. All right, so I would love to hear about how this resonates with you, Sagittarius, in the comments below. To hear more, please check out September and October's astrology forecast, because this is a precursor for what's going on for the eclipses in October. And please join me live on Tuesday nights at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we either talk tarot or we do astrology. And to hear updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. So for Capricorn Sun and Capricorn Rising, Capricorn, the Sun is currently at the top of your chart. The top of your chart includes your legacy, your career, your job, it's your public life, it's the house of your career, your life path, it's how people see you outside. And Mars is here next to your south node. So like there's something about your job, your career, your public life, your image that's going to be cut away or removed. The moon, your moon is full at the lower part of your chart, which is your house, your home. The north node is the direction in which you're supposed to be going. There's going to be some kind of ending that has to do with your home, some kind of ending that has to do with your family. This could include real estate. It could include traditions. It could include your genealogy. The fourth house has everything to do with family. So this could mean a child moving out, or a parent moving out, or somebody leaving. Remember that full moons, they are endings, they're closures, they're very emotional. The north node is the direction in which you're supposed to be going. And Venus is saying, she's in a sextile in your 8th house of shared resources. I'm offering you this opportunity that if you follow your soul's purpose of endings with something that has to do with home and something that will have to do with your career, of a shifting of, it could mean retiring, being fired, leaving. Remember, anything that happens is for your best and highest good in order to find what else is next for your soul's purpose. This could mean you going after a job that you really want, exploring those options. Venus is in the house of shared resources, so it's offering you an opportunity for your alimony, child support, debt, all of these things of your combined income with somebody else, and this could be with clients, business partners, or significant others. You will benefit from things that go on at this time. Pluto is the square. Pluto is in your first house of you, and how, like, the transformation of you being torn between who I am at work and who I am at home, and what is me? What is my authentic self? Am I following these outdated things that I no longer want to do for my career or to live here? I mean, like, these two areas of your life are kind of at odds with where do you want to go? What do you want to do? And your emotions are high. You need to be independent and think for yourself, because Aries is you going after what you want, your needs, your desires for your best and highest good. And what will come from it will be positive as long as you are putting your needs before somebody else's. Because Libra is where you share the resources with somebody, but you put their needs before yourself. And you're always putting them up on the higher pedestal. And you cannot take care of yourself if you're always taking care of somebody else. All right, so Capricorn, I would love to hear about how this resonates with you in the comments below. please check out September and October's astrology forecast to know where you're going for the October eclipses. And also, I would love to see you on Tuesday nights for my lives on offering tarot and astrology live. And to hear updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. Aquarius Sun and Aquarius Rising. The Sun is currently in your 9th house. I love the 9th house in that it's traveling and it is higher learning. It's more in people, places, things. It's the house of publishing. It's the house of diving into religion and spirituality. It's the house of advertising. And so Mars is here conjunct the South Node, cutting away some people, places, and things that no longer serve your good, your best and highest good. Now the North Node is in your 3rd house with the full moon. The full moon is your intuitions, your dreams. There's going to be some endings that have to do with 3rd house themes of communication, siblings, neighbors, traveling closer to home. Maybe you are finishing some projects. Maybe you're ready to have something published. This could be writing, journaling, a podcast, anything that you would want to get out there or have public for other people to see or to share. This could be teaching or learning. Now, Venus is in your 7th house. So Venus is trying to support you with you focused on what you want to do and less on what others. And this is in your 7th house of partnerships. I love this because this is a partner coming into your life or a partner who is already there who's going to support you. This could be a business partner, a significant other. This could be a best friend. This could be your clients, your one-on-ones. This is saying, hey, if you go after the things that you're supposed to be doing, if you are teaching what you're supposed to be doing, if you're learning, if you're communicating for your best and highest good and completing these classes and these workshops or offering these things, remember that the 3rd house is not only travel, it's close travel, but it's also you focusing in on your family and your neighborhood and you saying, I have to put my wants and needs first. I cannot always be out there for everybody else. Pluto is in your 12th house, and this is where the square comes. Pluto in the 12th house is having to take time out for your mental, physical, spiritual sanity. It's about, I feel pulled in both of these directions, and I am suffering because of it. I have to take time out, and I'm giving too much of myself here, and I'm giving too much of myself here. I need to put my wants and needs first. Otherwise, I'm not paying attention to my dreams. I'm not paying attention to what my spirit guides have offered. I'm not paying attention to my intuition. My connection to the spiritual realm is saying, take time out for me. Put my needs first. Quit always offering my services to everybody else before I take care of myself. And allow my partner to support me. Allow my best friend to support me and guide me and be that cheerleader for me. All right, so I would love to hear how this resonates with you, Aquarius, in the comments below. And to receive more information, please check out September and October's astrology forecast to let you know where you're going for eclipse season. And please join me live on Tuesday evenings, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer tarot and astrology. And to hear updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. So for Pisces Sun and Pisces Rising, Pisces, the Sun is currently in your 8th house. The 8th house is the house of deep bonding. It is the house of shared resources. It is your cash, your property, your investments, your wills, everything that's tied up with other people that you have contracts with. It is not just marriage contracts, but it's business contracts or not just deep bonding. If you believe in like generational or past lives, like where we have come together, or like twin flames. So the Sun is in the sign of Libra here, of giving too much of yourself to others. And Mars with the South Node is saying, I need to cut some of these contracts. I need to end some of these relationships. They have outlived and they're expiring. Now, the North Node and the Moon are in your 2nd house. The 2nd house is your self-worth, your cash, your property, how you feel about yourself. You saying, I have to follow my wants, my needs, my desires in order to follow this for my soul's purpose of where I'm really going. Venus is in your 6th house. So Venus in your 6th house is sextiling this, saying, look, if you don't follow this, if you don't get rid of these toxic people that are in your life, or these contracts, like end them that you have with other people, like resolve some of these issues, your health is going to wreak havoc for yourself. The 6th house is also where you find mentors and guides. And so Venus here is saying, you want help with that? I'm going to point you in the right direction. I'm going to bring someone in that will help barter that contract with you, that will help negotiate that will support you as you leave this relationship, or as you want to move towards this reconciliation, or to extricate yourself from some of the things that you've gotten yourself into. Pluto in your 11th house is your personal hopes, wishes, dreams, your goals, and the people that you surround yourself with. This is the square. Your goals are at odds with other people that you have aligned yourself with. And so this is you saying, look, I no longer have those goals, those wishes, those dreams. And it's abundantly clear that you and I, we're not on the same page. And I have to focus on me, because this is my livelihood. This is what I want to do. This is what brings me great joy. And if it doesn't bring me great joy, it brings me ill health. And so I choose me. I choose good health. I choose focusing on my desires, my wants, my needs. You moving towards putting yourself first. And this is also including with your finances. The 2nd house is the skills that you have, the skill set, and other people supporting you with your finances, your money, your talents, your skills, in order to share yourself to the world of what you have to offer. All right, so Pisces, I would love to hear how this resonates with you. And please leave me a comment down below. And please check out September and October's astrology forecast to know where you are going up for the eclipses in October. Also, join me Tuesday nights live at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer tarot and astrology. And to hear updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe.